Indeedy, give to the needy. Blessing indeedy. A wonderful day it is. Okay. Peace and blessings. This is Brother Dooley, aka the Beantown Ghetto Shaman. Okay, it says to exit, swipe down from the top. What is this? I just got this new phone here, and let me see. Okay, word. I was like, how do you put this thing on here? So cool. So it should not be any problems with me recording today. Why? Because I got a new contraption, new phone on here to do some recording, and I'm like, word. Let's just invest, Dooley, in some things so we can make sure we could get this message out clearly for the peoples out there. So I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Brother Dooley, aka the Beantown Ghetto Shaman. And hold on, let me check on my son here. What's up, man? You good, man? All right, you good. All right. So I wanted to make this video in celebration of my new camera here. And talk about Kambo, the sacred frog medicine. And for those who are, hey, peace, what's going on now? For those who are not familiar with Kambo, I'm gonna go in, talk a little bit about it, talk a little bit about the last ceremony I was at, and just a little bit a background about the things I'm in, because anybody that's listening, they might say, what the heck is this guy talking about? So real quick, I've been through a lot of different schools of thought, you know what I mean? And still learning. The journey never stops, my friends. And still learning and still continuing to learn. But where I'm at right now, currently, in my own personal development, is that I'm having a love for the shaman path, for the shamanistic path. And the shaman path, again, it's, you know, when we think of the word shaman, you know, it's peace. That's a word from Siberia, you know, that's the term that people would use if you wanted the term a medicine man, a medicine woman. But said it's going off over there. He's feeling himself. Yeah. So but it's the path. It's that's what they call it for those that were in that area. But the shamanism is the oldest spiritual path on this planet. You know, that's the first, and that's the first creation of what before any religion, before any type of organized, structured type of path, before any Christianity, any Islam, any Buddhism, anything, Taoism, anything. You had your shamans, you know. And the medicine men and medicine women, they're really big on being able to connect with the earth, being able to take the earth's gifts and resources for one's own spiritual benefit and psychological benefit, physical benefit, just wholesome all across the board. All right. So, shamanism is ancient, and I don't think it's just that particular path. I don't even think it's just on this planet. I think the shaman path is a intergalactic, universal type of phenomena that comes to a sentient being when they're ready, right? Many, I have some good books in there that people have resources for shamans if they want to know. I could give you some resources on that. Good stuff for you to go in. But usually, traditionally, it's very interesting. Most shamans, they would say, most shamans, you don't pick that path. The path picks you. All right. And I find that very interesting. And they say there's many ways that a person gets initiated. Give me that, Kismet. What you doing, boy? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Life of a parent. Hey, you gotta love it. Hey, give me that. What you doing, boy? Give me this. Now, it's very interesting because many people. Let me get this book in here so y'all could. I'll give you a good resource. But many people that are chosen as shamans, through be it nature spirits and different things, they're initiated by the earth itself, and a lot of times it's a good book right here. This is some titles right here on my shelf right here. You know, got some DMT, got some got my homeboy here. You know, Timothy Leary. You know, yeah, some interesting things here. Fruit of the Gods by Terence McKenna. DMT, the Spirit Molecule. Singing to Plants. Voodoo Shaman. Yeah, a couple of different things here. Of Water and Spirit by Melodoma. Let me see if this is the other title I was looking for here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Regardless of the fact, let me go to the book that I was really looking at. Was this one. It's called The Wounded Healer Shaman, okay, by Joanne Califax. And came across this book, and it was very interesting because what it was showing is that many shamans, the way they get initiated, they usually get initiated through illness. You know, they usually have a big illness that comes upon them, big sickness, and usually they're very sickly children, you know, and what that is that it's a form of initiation, believe it or not. It's not that the kid is necessarily, or the child is necessarily a sick child, but it's you have to understand a big part of the shaman or the medicine man, medicine woman is that they're healers, you know, so they're healers for the community. So, a big part of them having all these spirits of illness come to them is that they have to be familiar with the different spirits of disease. All right. So for them, in a way, to be able to work with people, you know, as they become older and they embrace this life of a shaman, they say, okay, well, since I was young, I'm very familiar of this particular illness, that the spirit of that particular, and because they're familiar with that, they know how to deal with it better. It's interesting because it's deep, because a lot of my journeys, especially surrounding psilocybin mushrooms, a lot of the times when I was doing a lot of my beginning work with the mushrooms, I did a lot of journeys to the lower realms. And, if you're a person that's not really ready to deal with some, what can I say? Not dark stuff, but like some people would say like creepy stuff or scary stuff. You know, I wouldn't advise anyone to really go down this path yet. You might have to do other things to really make you comfortable before you go into that. Because it's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. My wife, she went on a mushroom journey once, and I remember several times in the beginning with her journeys that before she started going into some real celestial, beautiful type of experiences, she had to deal with a lot of her subconscious, a lot of her you know, a lot of the pain, a lot of the suffering that she was holding on to, even on a very unconscious level. Because I think sometimes being in this thing called life and going through, you know, this third dimension, you know, you can't help but wake up in the morning. And even if you are trying to be a very happy person, joyous person, you can't help but just be affected by the things that are around us. You know, the news, the you know, the craziness with these fake politicians, all this stuff. It affects us in some shape, form, or another. Unless you're a robot, you know what I mean? You know, or a doctor. Or what's the other guy? You know, from Star Trek, Spock or whatever, right? You know what I mean? But like, you know, I don't have any emotion, you know, this shit's not going to affect me. You know, if you're one of those people, I guess you're good, but you know, it's going to affect folk, you know, in some shape or form, you know, and people come to you with their problems, sometimes your family members, your friends or whatever. So life could be something else sometimes, you know what I mean? So, most people, when I come and even they're talking about the subject of healing, for instance, people are like, well, you know, I don't need no healing. I'm good. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with me. And most people out there, that might be cool. They might be really good, but still, I feel everyone has something that they can work on. You know what I mean? Even the most advanced people out there. And a lot of times I see that a lot, even with doing, say, for instance, Reiki, you know, doing energy healing with people and stuff. You see the subtle type of negative energy or lower vibrational energy on people sometimes. You feel it. You go around, you can scan a person's auric field, and you'll feel, oh, okay, wow, there's something going on with that person here, whatever. Or even myself. When I'm doing a healing on myself, I'm like, okay, well, some tension here, whatever. Let me get that going. And that just shows you how subtle a lot of this stuff is. So a lot of times people might come in and they say, well, you know, I ain't got nothing to work on and I'm good, you know, and they be surprised sometimes when they go into these ceremonies with some of this work, with some of the stuff that might come up for a person, you know, and a lot of it's unconscious. You know, a lot you might say, you know, really authentically say, yeah, I'm good. But then you might be having to deal with some stuff that happened many lifetimes ago for yourself. And this might be the perfect moment for you to allow that to let go or whatever. So it's very interesting on how these things all work. I'm doing Reiki on myself right now as I speak. This is great. You know what I mean? This is I don't know if y'all into the energy healing stuff, but it's great. You could ground yourself at the moment while you're talking live or whatever. This is like healing is constant, you know? So, and also when people are watching these videos, sometimes even for people who are speakers out there, everything is energy. So sometimes people could be projecting negative thoughts towards you while you're on the screen. I'm not saying people are doing that right now watching me, but these are things that we do. You know, you can manipulate the time frame, or even future things with Reiki and stuff. So this stuff is beautiful. But nevertheless, let me go back to what I'm saying, because I had two brothers there, which was at this last you know, ayahuasca ceremony we had. We had almost 40 people. It was a beautiful ceremony. And but one of these brothers, people been calling me and telling me their testimonies and how it's been really working with them. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Just a lot of gratitude. I'm like, wow, this stuff is really powerful. It works. And so we had one brother with the Kambo, the frog medicine. He's like, yeah, I didn't throw up, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, my other homeboy that was there, he said, yeah, he didn't throw up either. You know, what are you doing, man? You turn your back 1 second. These children are into it all. Now, how you get into that? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Ooh, Kismet. Look at you. Look at you. Getting into everything, man. Look at you. Get down, man. Get down. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah. Ooh. Hold on. Look at you. Making a mess, man. Making a mess. I'm up here trying to talk to the people. And you messing around, man. Look at you. Ooh. I'm I'm telling you. Ooh, kids, man. I put some paint all over the place. Man, I can't turn my back for 1 second, man. Wow. How did you get that paint anyway, man? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, one second, family. This boy just got in this paint, and I don't even know where the paint came from. Wow. You're like a master ninja or something, man. I don't even know how you did this, man. Wow. Wow. And then he's just out after he made the ill mess. He's like, okay, I did what I had to do, now I'm out. Wow. Wow. Look at this. Got a bunch of whole purple paint all over the place here. Okay, here, hold on. Gotta clean this up because you daggone messing around, man. No. Hold on. I gotta get back here and talk to the people, man. You messing around, man. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that for a second. Turn my back. My son doing his own thing. So, yeah, they said, so this brother said he didn't throw up or anything. And, I literally opened up my phone. See, I gotta, when somebody put a comment on there, I don't know how to go back to read it. It's just like, hold on. I think this is the button. Show live chat messages. Okay, yeah, show them. Is this how you do it? Yeah, there we go. I'm learning with this. Here you go. All right. I literally opened my phone to watch your videos and it disappears. This stuff, man. Okay, there we go. Into my meditate. Here you are doing live. Okay, cool. Peace. Appreciate that. Now, so the brother that I said that, I was like, okay, well, you know what? He said he eats very well, very plant-based diet, gets it in, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, I told him, I was like, probably, part of the Kambo, one thing is it is very dealing with detox, and detoxing the body, getting the toxins out of your body and stuff. So some people, they might not need so much a physical detox. Some people might need an emotional detox or a psychological detox. And it's deep because the brother, he noticed some things emotionally were coming up for him later, after this ceremony that night, for him. And he noticed one of his good peoples, like he had one of the other peoples was there. He had to teach a yoga class. He noticed some emotional things was happening with him too. So it's these medicines are very, very, very interesting. And I'm a person that says if something works for you and it's working for you, go for it. You know what I mean? Because you got some people that are very dogmatic within this so-called conscious community or what have you. And it becomes just like any other thing. I grew up in a household of people around me who were very in tune with spirituality and the mystic art and all those things. But then there was moments where also I seen with my family who eventually sometimes took various religions and became very dogmatic. It was like, okay, my religion is the best. I had this green smoothie going. Well, I remember my mom Dukes was in Islam at one point. It was like, okay, if you ain't a Muslim, and then you ain't seeing paradise. And the same thing with when she was going through Christian states. So it was a lot of things that I seen growing up, which when people and I'm not saying for people to embrace these paths. If something works for you, then hey, I know a lot of people, some people I know even that went to prison and got, embraced a particular faith or whatever, and made them better people. More, they're not out there doing crazy stuff and all that. So if something works for a person, I get it. I also understand that there's levels to this connection to yourself, great spirit, what have you. There's definitely levels to it. So, and people get it when I feel their soul is ready as well. So it's deep because, for me, this medicine right now, for me personally, I feel it's for this time and this age that we're in. I really do. Because we live in a time right now where things are just crazy. Just crazy. Talking about, the kids, I know folks been seeing it about the young kids being, all these immigrant children being missing, thousands and thousands of children. These are the babies, and you could see them being locked in these cages and stuff like they animals, and even the way we treat animals, all this stuff is just upside down, and then even the young rapper being killed the other day, only 20 years old, I remember my father, he said growing up in the 50s, you would see, if you would see certain things of such violent nature, kid being shot like that, something like that, it would just be over people's mind. But it shows you how everything is becoming a normality. Violence is a normality. Kids playing video games, blowing people up. They got radio games like Grand Theft Auto and doing all kinds of crazy things, of raping people on the video games and stuff. It becomes a normality. It reminds me of the film director Stanley Kubrick, right? And the film he made, Clockwork Orange, which I think was a very brilliant film, because he was showing the insanity, how society could go to this level of just extreme, and desensitized totally, and driven by, again, those three chakras, the daggone survival, power and sexuality, the lust. So, and the same thing when the movie Caligula, when I look at these type of films, I was like, okay, these are the type of times we're in, and they call it the times of Kali Yuga, or the age of Kali, So this is the time I feel where the teaching plants and the fungi is greatly needed. These teaching plants, these teaching fungi is greatly needed right now. Just because of the climate of the world that we're living in right now. It's so stressful. I come across people, because this is the type of work I do. I do massage therapy. I do healings with people and stuff. So I encounter people on a regular basis who are very stressed out. You know what I mean? When I'm doing a massage, I feel it all in their body, the tension, stress, all that. And because it is a stressful time, we got to learn how to be able to take care of ourselves. Amongst the chaos, and still be able to be okay with ourselves and heal ourselves. You know what I mean? So this is why I feel this is important in the wake of dealing with the technology, the chemtrails, the fake food, the GMOs, all those things. It's time not only for healing, but it's time for spiritual transformation. You know what I mean? I totally I'm one of those people out there that totally believe that we have not tapped into our full potential. That movies like Lucy and Limitless were just artistic depictions on things that could be a actual real life phenomena. You know what I mean? So, my father told me from day one, and said, hey, the mystic tradition, when you master yourself, you could do all kinds of things. you know, and he used to tell me since day one, like since I was a little boy over there, say, you know, we have the ability to walk through walls, to levitate, fly, all these things, you know. So that's the time I feel we need to tap into. And definitely when you look at Silicon Valley and you look at those guys that are ahead in the industry of computing and programming and all that, they're dealing with the teaching plants. They're dealing with the daggone ethogens and stuff, you know. So what's the matter, man? You good? Okay, so let me just go into Kambo. Go in there, you know, because I don't want to go all over the world and talk about all this and that. But Kambo, the sacred frog medicine. All right. I fell in love with Kambo personally, you know, and the first time I took it, it wasn't a pleasing experience for myself. I was like, yo, what the hell is this, man? This stuff is crazy. You know what I mean? They got me throwing up all over the place. This is not a pleasant experience. Hold on. What's the matter? What's the matter, man? Are you okay? You all right? What's the matter? What do you need? You need? Okay. All right. My little man right here. Say what up. It's not a pleasing experience. Not to say it's the least at all, but it's interesting. It's a frog that comes from the Amazon, right? And they call this the monkey frog, right? Okay, you want to get down? Get down. Okay, he wants to take my chair here, so I gotta let him take the chair. Sit down. All right. Sit down. Yeah. All right. Now, the interesting thing about this frog is this frog has no predators at all. You know what I mean? It lives a carefree life. You know what I mean? And I feel that's very symbolic to the energy of the medicine. You know, you're tapping into this medicine that has a very carefree vibration to it. You know what I mean? So first of all, this frog doesn't have any predators. It has no enemies. It's able to go through the jungle carefree. La 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 la. Happy, happy, happy. And guess what? No animal, no vicious animal messes with it. No jaguar will touch it. No big old spider. No snake. No nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing messes with this frog. Okay? And I was like, I had to first meditate on that first. You know, when I started looking into this medicine, because I was like, okay, this is interesting. It has no predator. It goes through life carefree. It does its thing. It's chilling. You know, where everyone else in the jungle, or when you go through this doggy dog world, you know, the so-called strong survive. This frog's like, hey, you know, I have nothing to worry about. So that itself is interesting, my friends, because you're putting the vibration of that type of frequency now in your auric field. All right? Because like when you, for instance, when people even deal with like Reiki, for instance, when you do like energy healing work, for those who have gone to some of my Reiki, hey, you all right? For those who have gone to some of my Reiki classes, a part of the initiation is opening up the chakras in the hand, you know, the Ligong point, opening and putting certain even power symbols within the auric field. All right. So there's things that you could put in your auric field, you know what I mean, to make your auric field have more strength, more abilities to do certain things. You know what I mean? So, putting the frog in your auric field brings a new level of connection to yourself on a level where you become fearless now. Where you now have a level of having enemies, seen and unseen, fall back. You know what I mean? And what they call this right here, they actually in the jungle is a term for it. They call it panima. You know what I mean? And Panema is basically a term that they use in the jungle that deals with saying that you get the bad juju off of you. If you got any bad energy, get anything going on that level, it gets off of you. You know what I mean? Because you're dealing with poison. You know what I mean? And this poison that goes, this secretion, this frog poison from this that secretes out of this frog skin, and you putting this in your system, it's literally going in and attacking and destroying everything that it encounters with that does not serve you. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? Plain and simple with that. That's how it goes down. It's very powerful, powerful, powerful medicine. You know what I mean? I can't emphasize that enough, how powerful this medicine is. And I fell in love with it. So let me see here. May plug this. Is this thing charging? Okay. Okay, cool. Now, so it has no predators. It's a carefree frog. It does its thing. No one messes with it. And the thing that's interesting, they say the way this medicine came to the people was, they said it was the shaman who actually, his whole community was sick. Everybody was caught something, or it wasn't going good for them. All right. What happened was that it said that Mama Ayahuasca spoke to this shaman. You know, I believe they said that his name was Kambo. I think that's where you called the medicine from, that shaman named Kambo. And they said that he spoke to the mother ayahuasca, and they said the mother ayahuasca came as this goddess walking towards him, holding this frog. All right. The spirit came to him with this frog. Now, we all know, if you don't know already, Mama Ayahuasca is a feminine energy plant. You know, it's a combination of a root and a plant that they mix together, boil down for so many hours or days, and it's a magical brew. You know, another very purging type of organic type of medicine. All right. So it has a feminine quality to it. They call it grandma. Grandma, Mama Ayahuasca. I'm going to do some Rapeh right now too. They usually start off the ceremonies with Rapeh. The ayahuasca ceremonies. Rapeh is a very good medicine that, hold on one second, family. Rapeh is a very good medicine that that clears the lungs, right? Gets the mucus out your body. You know what I mean? If you deal with Rapeh or Hapi, if you have a lot of mucus building up in your chest, different things like that. Hey, what you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hold on one second. This boy. Hey, you stop that. Now. Hey, you play with your toy over here. What's the matter? Yeah. Hold on. Come here. You okay? You okay? All right. Now. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Gotta make sure the little man's doing good here. Okay. You all right? All right. You all right? Cool. But they usually start off the ceremony, like I was saying, with the Rapeh. And the Rapeh really gets the mucus out of your body. You know what I mean? You're hawking up, you're sneezing, you're getting all this mucus out, and it brings you into a natural state of meditation. All right? It's a very masculine plant. You know what I mean? So it mixes very good, say, with ayahuasca. You know, you bring in that yin and yang energy going. So hold on one second. May deal with some Rapeh right here. All right. Kismet, I'm trying to build with the people. All right. You up here messing around, my friend. You want to take that? Take that. All right. You go in there. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. See you later, bro. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? You go in there. Go see your sister. Okay? Thank you. So I put a little Rapeh right here, right? A little Rapeh. Now, Rapeh is a combination of natural tobacco and certain herbs sometime, or tree ash, and put it in my hand, scrape it off in my hand. Right here, I have my own personal Rapeh pipe. All right. So I put it in one nostril, blowing in. Whew. Rapeh. Yep. Rapeh. Very strong medicine. As you can see, woo, opening up those sinuses. Woo! Woo! Get your eyes watering too. Okay. Whew. Excuse me, family. It opens you up. And it cleans your aura. Rapeh, very good medicine. And excuse me. A lot of these medicines were used for hunting too. So you have to understand, some of the hunters. Woo! Bless me. I'm sorry, y'all. Whew. Sometimes it just works on you, you know? So, these medicines were used for hunting. A lot of times, I'm sorry. I know this is probably disgusting. Motherfuckers is like, this dude is sneezing all over the place. Cleans you out. And then put you in a very mellow state. So, very good for meditation. And also making sure, like, I try to make sure my messages come through clear. So sometimes I use the Rapeh, get myself in a natural meditation. Which you could do naturally. Because that's where the whole dogmatic thing comes in and say, why you have to put something in you? My thing is this. I experience these things naturally doing breathing, deep breathing, qigong, different things. And also I use the assistance of plants. And most of these things that are in the plants are in our bodies naturally anyway. Especially like DMT, dimethyltryptamine. So what's the beef? There is no beef. It's what works for you. And if it benefits you and it's working for you, continue working on it. So the Kambo, he had ayahuasca talk to him. And it's just like how ayahuasca was discovered. You know, it said the shaman was taught to by the mushroom. The mushroom, they took the mushroom and said the mushroom and nature spoke that these are the things that you need to put together to have this healing brew. So nature is always talking to us and actually trying to educate us and heal us. You know, you got to be in tune with it. So that's the thing I seen. Like even the day, like a day 2 after the ceremony, this tree that's right next to my house was talking to me and telling me its name and everything. I was like, wow, this is deep. And my wife is very in tune with the trees and stuff. So she's talking to them all the time. That's something that myself, I had a few experiences, but it came through very clear while this tree was communicating. So we can communicate actually with the plants and the trees. It's very possible. You had George Washington Carver, the famous botanist, who said he used to speak to the plants, you know? So it's deep. And it was an actual experiment that happened, at this elementary school, where the experiment is that they had to actually say insults to this one plant, right? And then they would have to, actually one plant, they would have to say insults to it. The other plant, they would have to only compliment the other plant, all right? By the end of the experiment, they seen the plant that was said compliments still had all its leaves, looked still very green and healthy, whereas the plant that was told the insult, that plant, its leaves were falling off. The plant was actually stooped over and all this stuff. So again, there's a big connection to vibration, connection to our voice, all that intention and communication with the plants. So it was a mushroom that they said that actually spoke to the shaman to be able to understand the mixture to come up with the ayahuasca. Because if you ask like anthropologists or what have you, how ayahuasca came about, they'll tell you it doesn't make sense, because out of the thousands and thousands of plants in the jungle, the ayahuasca, the actual vine and the leaf, they grow in 2 different places. So they was like, it would be a coincidence if the vine and the plant was growing right next to each other, and boom, a coincidence. This shaman cuts this vine, cuts this leaf, puts it together, and there you go. But no, they was far apart from each other. And again, it was the mushroom, the magic mushroom, psilocybin mushroom, that was able to talk to the shaman and say to it, hey, say to it, hey, bring these things together and boil this, and you're gonna have this alchemical concoction here. Same thing with Kambo, with the frog. Ayahuasca, the spirit of ayahuasca came to the shaman and told him, take this frog and give it to the people, and it will heal the people. She told the Mama Ayahuasca told Kambo to sit go deep into the jungle and start making sounds like the frog, and wait for the frog to come out and greet you. the frog came out, he was able to take the frog, and thus he was able to, take the medicine from the frog and give it to the community, and it healed his people. Kambo wasn't really well known, well known over here in the United States until 1986. And ever since that time, they've been seeing many, many benefits studying Kambo and seeing that it helps with many different things. One thing is that they found over 200 peptides, which they are seeing that it's helping with anti-inflammatory issues. It deals with coming from on a level of having anti-cancerous benefits, these peptides, and it's almost over 200 different peptides that they actually found, which they are actually patenting and making medicine in the pharmaceutical industry off of this frog already. So far, they found that this frog medicine deals with Lyme disease, that it deals with diabetes, that it helps cure gut issues, when it deals with all kinds of different things. I mean, I'm just amazed. The more I'm studying about Kambo, the more I'm having more love for this medicine. It's truly amazing. Truly amazing. It deals also with arthritis, all kinds of things. And I'm saying to my deals with diabetes, can help diabetes, help cure diabetes. Personal testimonies from people that came to some of these ceremonies were that it helps cure erectile dysfunction. Don't do that, Kismet. Had a brother that was going through some things, and he was able to attend the ceremony, and he called me back the next day and he said, Dooley, I'm good down there. So I was so happy for him, because he was going through some big things, some stress, and it really helped heal him. I heard also, come on, don't do that. Please don't do that. It also helps with, don't do that, Kismet. It definitely helps with organizing the thoughts. Personally, on my end, what I've seen is that this week, because this has almost been a week now since the last ceremony, a level of being able to feel very serene and calm. This whole week, it was like a whole very calm type of energy over me. And it seems like when it came to like very, how sometimes a person can have certain thoughts that could be on repeat, replay, and the thoughts, things quiet down. Get down, man. So things definitely quiet down. That's something I really noticed. I was like, okay, wow. And the level of motivation, can't speak upon that enough. Me and my wife both seen that, how like things after doing this Kambo, doing the ceremony, particularly like the level of motivation, that laziness. They talk about that with Kambo. Kambo deals with really cutting out a sense of stagnation and laziness, procrastination. If you're a person that's really trying to get things done, Kambo is good for that. And I could speak upon that. I'm like, even after the ceremony, it's like, okay, I'm ready to do this project, finish this project. I'm ready to do this, get this going. Same thing with my wife. Things are just flowing with her in a very just natural way. She's a dancer as well. My wife does dance and stuff and teaches dance. She's seeing that her dance, it has even improved. Like, she's coming up with new creative moves just out of just her level of creativity has even gone up a notch. So, it's a lot of, and I'm hearing, just a lot of great things from people, coming back with me on that. But in general, Kambo, when you look at the ceremony and how it's given, usually the frog is, when it's caught, it's usually, having its arms and legs stretched out, and they usually tickle the frog's legs. And this secretion comes out the skin, like usually a gooey type of white substance. And they collect it, and they usually put a dye around the frog. So when they put the frog back into the wild, into the jungle, they know when they go out to get some more medicine, they know that, okay, we already took medicine from that frog, and let it rest and build its own immune system back up. But they collect the medicine. They take something that looks like an incense type of stick or something, and they burn the first layer of your skin to get into the lymphatic system. And when they burn, it's not, if you had a tattoo or something, or not even tattoo, it might be a little sting, and that's it. And then they apply the frog poison, the medicine, on the particular place. What happens is normally that it was used only being put on usually just the arm and the leg traditionally, but then later on, as different practitioners start to go into learning more about Kambo and stuff, you had people who were acupuncturists who put they put their own type of they added on with their expertise to the Kambo ceremonies, and actually now there are people who apply the Kambo medicine on acupuncture points. All right, so you have people that don't get on the you can't get on the table, kiss me. All right, so you have people that will put it on acupuncture points, do open up certain meridian pathways, and actually say, oh, okay, I'm going to put a Kambo on this meridian pathway to deal with this particular organ or what have you. And hold on 1 second, y'all. Come here. Yeah, eat this. Here's a piece of little broccoli for you, okay? Yeah, man. I don't know why you ain't in the other room with your sister, man. I'm up here trying to do my thing, man. But it's okay. I hope y'all doing good out there. I'm trying to do this video while little man's doing his thing, and sorry again about sneezing all the place, but I feel real good after that Rapeh, And if you're gonna get some Rapeh or some Hoppy, make sure you get it from a reliable source. You just don't want to be putting anything in your system. Find somebody who's reliable, who sells a very good Rapeh for you, and can really help benefit you. I remember it was a fella at his yoga class. He was doing yoga teacher training, and he had me come into class and talk about shamanism that day with people of his class, and I gave some Hoppy, to the people out there. And hey, we on live. We talking about Kambo. We talking about can you briefly, babe, talk to the people about your experience with Kambo? Even if
Kambo, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. I'm just gonna say this last thing with these people. But with I gave Rapeh to one of the people that was there, and she's an acupuncturist, so she's like, Dooley, I felt the energy pathways opening up with the Rapeh, and her arm was shaking for a little. She's like, look at this, it's opening up. So she was one of these people that was like, wow, I could really appreciate the Hoppy and how it works. So it's a great medicine. So thanks. I'm sorry if I was sneezing all over the place, but it was working really great on me. But yeah, the combo, it has so many benefits, y'all. I mean, it's deep because now traditionally, like I was saying, they used to put it on the arm and leg. Now they're putting on meridian pathway points. They're putting on places on your chakras. So people are constantly developing even how they're giving out the combo. Combo is very safe. Is really, anyone could really take it unless there is some medical contraindications where you have to check in with the person that's administering it or giving it to you, right? Check in with them because there's some things that some people that can't take it that might have heart issues, right? If you have a person that has heart issues, take your heart medicine. If someone has some type of organ transplant, you can't take it. If you're on your menses, if a woman just was on her period, can't take it.
No, if a woman is
on her period, yeah. If a woman's pregnant, you can't take it. So there's a couple of contraindications that won't allow a person to take it. But overall, it's a very safe medicine. I heard it was legal. Some people said it was illegal, but I looked up an institute called the International Association for Kambo Practitioners, I believe it's called. And I believe they're actually, if you go through them, you can actually become certified as a Kambo practitioner. Kambo definitely deals with mental issues as well. It deals with depression. It deals with anxiety and different things of that nature. So it definitely shifts something in the mind right there. Again, I can testify for that because for myself, and I've been checking in with other people because it's maybe the science. A part of me is like, hey, like science, you have to see if you could reduplicate a certain situation to call it a fact. So I've been checking in with people, same result. Like, wow, everything is so clear, Dooley. Like, nothing is really bothering me. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about what's going on in the world or the certain issues, but it's an old saying, be of the world, be in the world, but not of the world, you know? So, or even like the Buddha says, you know, the level of suffering comes from a level of attachment. You know, we could care about certain situations and all that, but when you're in a place where it's sucking your energy, your psychological health, everything is at a place in danger because you have invested so much of your energy into something that ain't healthy, then you gotta fall back, you know? So, it's all about raising your energy and your vibration. And personally, when I see a great change in the world, not necessarily might have to come from going to marching or going to the voting box or anything like that. But from my standpoint, it's self-mastery. And from self-mastery, Pops, can you give I like the haircut. She hooked you up, by the way. Can you give a brief testimony on ceremony of what we went through, some of the things that might have been interesting or helped you out? I'm on live. So, yeah, in one second. All right. But so the thing is, it deals with certain mental type of situations, and I have to say it's true because I fell in love with this frog medicine. And what's funny is even me and my wife been seeing more frog type of symbols around us. Like I was walking down the street and I was going to the gym and I seen a sticker on somebody's car of Kermit the Frog, just out of nowhere. So I was like, what? So I was like, this frog is coming to me in different ways. And I think it's called like the law of attraction. So when you put something out there, you see things coming around you more and more as you're putting that out there. You're attracting it to you. That's Pops. What up, Pops?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
It's a lot of truth in what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
The eye drops.
The eye drops. You did Sananga. Yeah, so let's talk about this.
I couldn't.
I'm gonna go outside with you on the porch so you could talk about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. This thing ain't. I don't know why this thing ain't charging right now. Hold on. Is this charging? Okay. I'm gonna go on the porch with him for a second. But it's true, like I was saying before, though. Self-realization and enlightenment is where it's at, because if a person has self-mastery, we could. That's where real change can happen. These are what you call your avatars, and avatars come ever so often on this planet, and they develop themselves to a place where they go beyond the five senses. There's a guy named Sheikh Amadou Bamba from Senegal in Africa, and this is what someone would be considered, what you would consider the avatar. Someone who have mastered themselves. He got to the point where they tried to kill this man almost 300 times. It's on record. And they couldn't kill him. You know what I mean? They couldn't kill him. I mean, it was at one point, the Pope put a hit out on him. They hired the German army. They then kidnapped this man, put damn cement blocks on his feet, kicked him off the plane to his death. And when they landed the plane, they seen the man doing his little prayer meditation on the little beach area. That's deep. You know what I mean? That's deep. And some people might consider that fairy tale stuff. Some people might say, hey, that's pseudoscience stuff, or that's some cloud in the sky type of stuff. But my thing is this, is when you go beyond the confines of America, when you go beyond the confines of the United States corporation, then you find that there's all kinds of interesting phenomena going on in the world. It might not always make the news. And it doesn't make the news because for a purpose. They don't want people to hear about things like that, because it will empower people, give them a sense of hope, give them a sense of pride and a level of an inquisitive type of yearning to see what's really going on with that. You know what I mean? So this is what time it is. I already told people about the book Faces in the Smoke with the secret society of flying men in Haiti. I already mentioned about guys like Rapeh, the yogi who could fly in Tibet and stuff. These were real people who lived, who took time to master themselves. So self-mastery has many levels to it. The first level, I would say, is cleansing and detoxing and healing. You know what I mean? Because when you're cleaned out, when you're a clean vessel, that's when you're able to see your gifts really manifest. That's when you're able to really be able to be at a place where you're full at your 100. You know what I mean? What do you think of fasting? I think fasting is wonderful. There was a guy named Genesis Sunfire, and he was considered a breatharian. Recently, I seen a video of him talking about how he's no longer breatharian anymore, and he only realized that breatharianism for him was intermediate fasting. You know what I mean? Fasting for long periods of time. Fasting renews the system, and it definitely jump starts the body. You know what I mean? And it's important. When you see fasting, you get more energy. You're able to actually go deeper into your meditation and all that. So fasting is very important, man. I think that we overeat anyway as a nation here. And a lot of the overeating comes from a place that we're not eating real food, and our body knows we're not eating real food, and it's yearning for some nutrients and yearning for some good wholesomeness from its food, but the body's not getting it. So your body is starving, and people are eating and eating and eating, because after they eat about 10, 15 minutes, they still hungry again. And that's just a sign showing that you're not really getting nutrient-rich foods, not getting the things that your body really needs. It's just empty food, you know? And that's why you look at McDonald's or Wendy's or what have you, and I just seen a billboard sign saying a whole meal is $3. I was saying to myself, well, that must not be real food if that's only $3. What, do you get the damn sandwich, the fries, the drink, and everything for $3? Then that should be telling you something. Like, hey, it's not real food there. So, but there's a lot of people that still go to the Wendy's and McDonald's and stuff. And I'm not downing people that do that. I'm not one of these people out here, oh, I'm better than you, I'm trying to demonize you. That's not right. I feel that's wrong when people try to make themselves feel better than another person. That's just a sign of someone not really dealing with compassion or learning to generate their heart chakra yet, or really knowing how to eradicate their ego. Because if your ego is if you know how to deal with your ego, you know you're part of that person that you're talking about. So you ain't gonna harm that other person. You know what I mean? You know? So, you know, but it's a lot of people out there economically challenged. You know, some people out there ain't got a dollar and they be like, hey, you know, that's better than nothing. I got something in my stomach. But this is the type of world we're living in. You know, it's crazy. We don't supposed to live like this. You know, there was times where, you know, when you look around you and Mother Nature provides, you know, just look around you and see the signs. You know, nature provides. She gives you so many gifts. And because we're disconnected from nature, because we're living in big cities and different things, and we don't even know what it feels to be able to have our feet on the ground, to release the negative ions and stuff, to be able to have a conversation with a tree, for instance. People are disconnected, so they don't know the gifts that are right around them. I remember when I started going to this herbal class, and I was like blown away because, you know, I'm from the city myself. I grew up right in the inner city of Boston, you know, in Roxbury, you know, down the street from, you know, the projects over there with Bobby Brown, you know, between I'm around OP and Warren Gardens and daggone St. James, you know, St. Joseph and all that, you know. So I grew up in the city, you know what I mean? But when I actually went to this herbal class one day and I started seeing all this, I got a free scholarship to go. And when I started learning about these herbs, I was like, wow, there's medicine all around us. I was like, okay, you could pick that herb over there and you can make a tea out of that. You can make a tincture out of that. You know, so, and all these things help you on so many levels, you know, so we live in abundance, you know, nature is about abundance, you know what I mean? And she knows how to take care of her children, you know what I mean? We got to get back to those ways, man. It's very important, especially during the times that we're living in. We're living in a time where society in the world is so disconnected from nature, from spirit, that's why you have things like Monsanto. You know, no one in their right mind would be able to poison their own food, poison their own skies, poison their own water for a sense of greed, for a sense of so-called power. These are psychopaths, you know what I mean? Very much like resonating just from those three lower chakras and have not learned how to generate a sense of wholeness. You know what I mean? When you see a whole picture, when you go on some of these real deep psychedelic or real deep shamanistic type of journeys, you start to see the whole picture. So it's kind of hard when you come from those places, when you come back from those places, it's kind of hard to be an asshole. You know what I mean? Not to say a person can't come from these journeys and still go through their shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but your heart starts to open up more and more. Your level of seeing the big picture opens up more and more. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, 5-MeO-DMT, you know, the toad medicine. You know, I haven't got a chance to take that yet. You know what I mean? But I had an opportunity, but it wasn't the right time. But I was talking to an elder that did it, and he was like, yo, dude, He's like, Dooley, it's like I died. You know, he said, I literally died. He says the toad medicine is the death process. You die and you literally merge into everything. You know, you understand at that moment what God is. You know what I mean? And he says from that place and coming back from that and then reanimating back into this limited, finite form, it's deep. You don't sometimes come back the same. Not in a negative way, but in a more enlightening way. Coming back from experiences like that, how could you come back the same? You know what I mean? When you see the birth of universes and planets right before your eyes, how can you come back the same? You know what I mean? Your consciousness has, expanded. You know what I mean? And because of that, you have a more hard time dealing with the BS. You don't really entertain at that time. From those places, it's really hard for you to entertain the stuff that just won't make sense to you. You know what I mean? Your diet starts to change. The music you listen to starts to change. The stuff that you start to watch on TV and stuff, certain things you start to say, you know what I mean? I'm not really feeling that. You know what I mean? I used to be into that, but I'm not really into that right now. Because you're going through a vibrational change. You know? So, this stuff is real, yo. This stuff is real. I mean, for me, when I took a very high dose of psilocybin once, and it was the particular strain called penis envy, which is a very potent type of mushroom. And I took about almost 20 grams of that, and plus about almost 10 grams of golden cap. So almost like 30 grams almost in all. And with the penis envy particular mushroom, that 20 gram itself, like the potency of that could be like almost doubled. So it's like almost 50, probably about equivalent to like 40 to almost 50 grams. If you really look at it from just having a so-called type of regular mushroom. And that whole otherworldly experience was so deep for me because a lot of things happened to me that night. But one thing did happen is that I had an experience of mind expansion. I had an experience of being able to look through the eyes of various type of life forms simultaneously. You know what I mean? To be able to be in the shoes and know what it feels like to be, for instance, a animal or a frog, or looking through various type of incarnations. In something having a mind expansive type of experience like that, where you're no longer in this realm or third dimension, but you're totally somewhere else. Even if your eyes open or closed, you're somewhere else. It's deep, you know? Even the whole concept of time, deep. You're talking about maybe going on a journey, maybe 6 to 8 hours, but you felt like you was gone for 500,000 years. You know what I mean? That is deep. You don't come back the same person that you were before if you really take it in. You know what I mean? Because some people go onto these plants or approach these plants very immature like, you know, and some people just try to go on there because it's, I want to have a psychedelic experience. You know what I mean? I want to have some type of trippy experience. And to me, you're at that point, you're not seeing the full effect of what this medicine can be used for. You know, at that point, you're just in the playground, you know, when you could be out in the field really playing the game. You know what I mean? And the thing is that, not to say that you can't have fun or enjoy these experiences, because, for instance, the mushrooms sometimes can have a very funny, you could be rolling with it. It could bring you in a very joyous type of place like you was like a little kid before. Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, help yourself. You know what I mean? It can bring you there. It can remind you about those times. Hey, Pop, can you stay here for 1 second? I want to interview 1 second about... Yeah, 1 second. Just can you tell them about the eye drop thing for a second? All right. So I'm gonna this is my father-in-law, and I would like him to speak a little bit about his experience with the with the ayahuasca journey we had, and also let you know that Pop never had a background of knowing about this whole medicine and stuff. He just went right into it on blind faith and wanted to support what we was doing. So, Pop, how you doing first and foremost? You doing good?
Doing very good.
All right. May turn the camera around so they could see you. Yeah.
The eye drops, it did wonders. It really did, because with my inhaler here, you can see on the back of it, see the numbers. Before when I used it, I couldn't tell how many numbers, how many more pumps that I had.
Okay.
And now, since the eye drops, I can look at it
and see it.
And see it.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very clear. The eye drops is what did wonders.
Interesting.
And other things, there's other things that normally I couldn't see that I can see right now. And I think it did very good.
Yeah, man.
It did very good.
Yeah, man.
And,
yeah.
I used to have stomach cramps, and since drinking
the ayahuasca.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also helped. That also helped.
So you had stomach cramps before you went on this ceremony, and you don't have stomach cramps no more.
No, I haven't had it in a
wow.
None at all.
Amen to that one, yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm very impressed about the eye drops.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to take them more myself. I'm turning the camera back over to me now. Okay. I gotta take them more. The eye drops that Pop is talking about, it's called Sananga. Sananga medicine. And it's a powerful medicine. You drop it in your eyes and it stings like hell.
Oh yeah, it burns.
It burned your eyes too, Pop?
Yeah, it did. It burned for a few seconds, and then it cleared up.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, because
I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, it feels like family out there. It feels like if somebody threw some cayenne pepper in your eyes or something like that. And but some of the mixture of it is iboga, actually. And iboga or ibogaine actually deals with addiction. All right? It actually deals with addiction. Ibogaine or iboga. And so there's little bits of iboga in the eye drops, and they put it in your eye drops and it cleans out your eyes. For me, it feels, cataracts, anything. So I got to put it more in my eyes because I wear glasses myself. So, you know what I mean? It's very good medicine. Is there anything, last words that you would like to say to the people? I know you have the jet, but anything, would you, if anybody out there, would you encourage them to maybe check this out? Yeah? Yeah. Wow, that's big from coming from Pop.
He would do it again.
You do it again, Pop?
I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, yo, I'm about to have tears come down my eyes, man, because this is deep, yo. Cause real talk, a lot of people do not go on these ceremonies because it becomes you get a little vulnerable. You get a little vulnerable in these ceremonies. And a lot of people in this society, they're control freaks. They're like, I have to have everything in control around me, everything. I got to know what's going on. And in the case of a lot of these shamanic ceremonies and stuff, you have to start to gain a level of trust, not only with the medicine, but the universe, all create a great spirit itself. We have to understand that these medicines are very ancient. The psilocybin mushroom itself, is older than humanity. You know what I mean? It travels on asteroids. You know what I mean? There's research to show that the mushroom spores, the seeds, can travel on asteroids through space. So we're talking about mushroom seeds traveling from planet to planet, enlightening different species of beings, different sentient beings. That's deep. It's biological, natural technology. You know what I mean? For people that want to learn more about that, look up my homie, the elder Baba Kalindi Yee. Good man, good brother, martial artist, and psychonaut to the illest degree. All right. So, yeah, this frog medicine is amazing. It helps with things. I even heard HIV. You know, even certain other things. Yes. So if you know anybody in the hood that need to come to this next ceremony that's dealing with some serious health issues, let me know. I mean, let me know. Even if people are dealing with inflammation, different things like that. It deals with diabetes. The frog medicine deals with diabetes and all that. It deals with arthritis. One of my good friends, I was trying to have him come because he has arthritis, but he was, some people get a little, some people, my wife passed some tapeworms in her stool.
I saw some long stringy
Okay,
things.
time for your testimony.
Yeah, but they were dead. It wasn't moving.
Okay.
It was sticking out of my turd.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot, and it wasn't moving, but it was long and it was skinny, and I could tell like it was probably like a little cream colored.
Yep.
I've never seen that before.
Well, you know what it is too, babe, is that these are detoxes, as you know. Can you come a little closer so the family can see you right here? The thing is this, right? Is that these are detox medicines.
Yeah.
So they kill parasites in your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ayahuasca kills parasites in your body. Tapeworms, parasites, all that, ringworm, all those things.
That's the one I took too, right?
Yeah, you took the ayahuasca. Yeah, Pops took he said it cured his stomach aches, babe. His stomach pains. Yo, that's deep,
And
yo.
Sananga helped his eyes.
That's deep. Oh my God, yo. Are you hearing?
Energy levels is like, whoo. So last night in the cipher, I was doing stuff that, I've never done before. Like, I was like throwing up in the air, landing in a push-up position. Then I did like a 360, landed in a dip. Like, I was fearless.
So I know you gotta go. 1 second, she'll go right back to her. We'll come right back to Yo-Yo. So as you see, like my wife, she's even a dancer. So she went into the club last night and got it in. And it has even brought her level of creativity, even on the level of dance, to the next degree. So this stuff helps out on so many levels. Pops, I got the thing that we had at this was the thing that we had at the ceremony, the actual Rapeh or Happy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing you blow up your nose. Yeah, you could put small amount in there. Like you don't have to put the whole big thing like we did. That's it right there. Yeah, like the thing they blew up your nose at the ceremony is a lot of it, and they really hit you hard. But if it's a small amount, you won't. Trust me. Yeah, I'll put it in there. No. I gotta pass on. You ready next time?
I gotta catch the train.
Okay, when you come back. All right, next time. Pop's like, I don't know about the Rapeh today. Another time. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because it had me sneezing in here like crazy. Had me up in here like, and like, it cleans you out. That's right, because we love our Pops. We love our Pops.
I love my son.
Yeah, I love you too, Pops.
I love my daughter.
Yeah, we love you too.
My baby.
You know? Yeah, you have a good rest of your day, Pops. All right?
Thank you.
There,
Thank you
you're welcome.
I will see you later.
All right now.
Hey, Tuesday's my day.
Tuesday. Okay, let's make it happen.
Birthday.
Oh, that's your day? Oh, we gotta get it going. You know we gotta get it going. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Word. Yeah. Well, thank y'all for watching too. I'm gonna still keep it up with bring Yo-Yo back on here, bring my wife back on here so she can give her testimony. But yeah, I'm so happy that her Pops came through, man, because he's been going through a lot of personal stuff and a lot of his own personal demons that he's been trying to deal with. Because these things help with substance abuse. They deal with all kinds of things. So my Pops, he's been dealing with a lot of that, dealing with a lot of his own inner demons for a long time. And I'm so proud that he's taken the courage to come up and do this, take part in the ceremonies. And the thing is, this is future medicine. Like I was saying, I do the Reiki and I do the healing, with energy healing and all that. You have hospitals here in Boston, for instance, that actually are implementing a alternative health department where they're having Reiki practitioners come into the hospital and be able to have them do Reiki on people before they go into surgery, so it can lessen their anxiety and their fear and all that, and their nervousness. And then they have people doing Reiki on people out of surgery so they can help them with their healing faster. At one point in time, you would never think of Reiki being at the hospital. At one point in time, you would never think of acupuncture being even offered at hospitals and stuff. So we understand that the pharmaceutical industry is a $300 billion industry each year, and that makes a lot of money off of sickness. And a lot of these hospitals are geared to this money-making scheme of keeping people sick. But then, every empire has to fall. Nothing stays the same. And you have even good-hearted people even within these different areas within society. So things will change, and this is future medicine. And you have places like even California putting up, it's deep. We're going to talk, babe. You got even places like Cali putting on the ballot box, voting in the legalization of psilocybin mushrooms and stuff. You have MDMA, talking about legalization for MDMA, especially around psychotherapy on the level of dealing with, people dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. So a lot of these things have not really been studied, especially by modern day science and dealing with the whole health industry. They've never studied these psychoactive compounds before. A lot of these things have came out in the 1950s, particularly like 40s and stuff, when you're dealing with psilocybin for instance, or, LSD during the 30s and stuff. So when we look at how they got stamped on and becoming a Scheduled 1 drug during the 70s and stuff, and the whole war on drugs, this whole propaganda campaign, they never got a chance to really be backed by science to see if there was any medical findings of any benefit for them. And now they are seeing that there's so many benefits to it. You know what I mean? And so this is a renaissance right now. And a lot of people, like I said, in Silicon Valley, when we even think of Steve Jobs and stuff, these certain pioneers, even in and when we deal with tech industry and when we deal with the computer age, then we have to understand that there's a big component of so-called ethogens or psychedelics who are responsible for Apple Computer, for all these different things. So we're talking about people that can use these teaching plants and these fungi for so many different things. We're talking about health really today with the Kambo, but we're talking about not only health, but and not only aligning yourself and not only making yourself a healthy person and dealing with your demons and your trauma and all that, but when we start refining ourselves and polishing ourselves down, then we start to even go to higher levels of understanding. Now we're getting more creative. Now we have ideas to bring in more income for ourselves and manifest things into this reality, and then learn how to be even open our pineal gland more and have encounters with spirit guides and our higher selves and spirit travel and stuff. Because, one thing that's I've been realizing is with these teaching plants and fungi is that definitely we're not alone, I've had encounters with so-called star brothers and sisters, and it's deep, and I've been been seeing a lot of ancient memory as well. The other day I had a very lucid memory, of the ancient black astronauts that came to this planet a long time ago and how they was encountering these early hominids. I was like, where did that image, what's going on? Where did that come from? These ancient memories, So, babe, I would love for you to talk about your experience with Kambo. I've been telling the people that I fell in love with the frog medicine, literally.
Yeah, me too.
That I like, me and Kambo is like, we're best of friends right now. And I'm even seeing how even this Kambo has even helped with me and my wife. You know, it brought us, it even brought me to a level of just more love for my life and my wife, our connection. Not that I don't care and love my wife as it is, but I tell you one thing, things are certain personal with me and my wife. We're not going to let all that information out, but it's just for people out there too that are listening though, that are in relationships, that are in marriages, that are constantly going through their development with their partners. You know what I mean? These things I'm seeing even on the level of psychedelics, it brings us closer with our spouse. It brings us closer to our loved ones. You know what I mean? There's things that we can do even on monthly journeys together as couples and take these things as a level of being able to journey even into these spirit realms together and make journeys together even more powerful.
Well,
so
I feel like with that.
Yeah. So these are all powerful things. And I want to go to Miss Yo-Yo. And you can speak upon whatever you want, Miss Yo-Yo, but I definitely want you to be able to touch upon the frog and how that impacted your life thus far and your message to the people on that.
I feel like that when you're ready to say, you know what, I'm ready to take my healing to the next level, or if you're ready to look and change things about yourself, I feel like before the medicine even comes into your space, you're automatically calling on what you need from the universe. And when I say universe, I mean you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me, I have been doing a lot of what we would say inner work for a while, where I look at the ugly part of myself and I look at the things I want to change with myself. And you know, it's all beautiful too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like wanting that and then wanting to even just connect with you on a deeper level, I feel like calling on to that for the universe, it brought me to the medicine. It brought you to the medicine. It brought us to the shaman. And that was kind of what we needed, or what we accepted as what we needed to bring ourselves to the next level. So yeah, it can help you with relationships. It can help you with anything because you decide that you want to establish a deeper connection with the patterns or whatever it is in your life. So for us wanting that, that's the start. The universe brought us to the medicine to say, you know what? Perhaps you need this to you know. For in this instance, it was a detox that really helped me. But speaking about the Kambo medicine,
can I make a comment on what you just said though, babe? It makes a lot of sense of what you're saying because, hey, little man, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying because when I hear about this thing of the ayahuasca or any of those teaching plants or fungi, it's said that it comes to you when you're ready. That's what I hear all the time. And, you know, because it took me many years, babe, before I actually experienced or took part of the ayahuasca. It took over 10 years for me, you know, of just constantly saying, okay, I want to experience this, but something would come up, or I didn't have enough money to go to Peru, or this happened or that happened. So
I wanted to do it the other year before I met you.
Yeah, so I think it definitely comes to you when you're ready. And there might be some listeners out there that says, well, wasn't there some experiences of people that had bad experiences or whatever, and maybe they weren't ready at that time? Well, my thing is this, babe, and this is my own personal experience, is that even the most quote unquote bad type of journey or so-called bad trip or bad journey, even the most so-called bad journey or bad trip, there's something to still learn from that experience, and there's still something that you could take into your own wisdom and your own understanding. Would you think that
I
could be kind of true for the naysayers out there that might say, well, if it's always ready when it comes to you, what if a person has a bad trip? You know?
I mean, first of all, this is not for everybody. Everything is not for everyone.
Okay.
And then in some instances, everything can be for everyone. It's all depending on what you prescribe to. You know what I'm saying? To accepting your reality. So, how many people has this information has crossed, and how many people are actually receiving it in their lives? I mean, how many people have it told? At least 50, maybe 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not for everyone, but at the same time, can you stop it?
Get out of there. You have to move the chair, babe. Yeah, hey, he's been doing this the whole time while I was trying to film too. He's having a great time.
No.
Yeah. Those who are listening, they just have to appreciate the baby time, you know. It's parent life, you know.
So, what was the question?
We was basically talking about, you were saying that it's not for everyone, and that you know, and because
It's just a simple question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well, I was just basically saying that, what about people, because you were saying that ayahuasca comes to you when you're ready. And I totally agree with that. But I was just playing devil's advocate for what about those that are listening out there that says, but what if somebody takes it and they might go on a bad trip or have a bad trip or something like that?
Okay, so when you talk about a bad trip, and I'm not speaking like I've done this 1,000 times, I'm no expert.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, what is a bad trip? Is a bad trip a psychosis? I mean, this is all of dealing with psychosis, but I mean, like, what is a bad trip? And then at the same time,
that's a good question.
Can you hold it?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Please?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just found out some crazy information.
Yeah.
My mind is not.
I know.
My mind is still. I'm very anxious right now. I probably need to ground myself from what I just found out.
We want to take some rapping?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just ruffled my whole life.
Wow.
That's why I'm on edge like that.
Yeah.
I feel like for anyone that wants to take it and they're scared about having a bad trip, well, first you want to find out how can this medicine is it safe? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Is it safe for you? Do you trust it? Okay, so trust is the number one thing. Also, intention. I feel like if you're saying something that makes you scared or whatever, I can't.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't really get it out. Right
You can't get it out. It's okay.
It's too much.
Well, real quick.
I'm sorry.
I understand. I know where you're
I
at.
just came back from finding
Okay.
out heavy stuff.
Okay, I'm about to cut this, but can you tell somebody real quick about your Kambo experience, though?
Yeah.
That could be easy for you, right?
Because the answer might come out to me with that.
All right, get down.
Just control him.
Yeah.
Then I won't be just so distracted.
Okay.
Because it's a lot.
All right.
Just trying to find. The Kambo medicine was really good. Very intense. I compared it to breathing while being in the trials of labor. With labor, you have to breathe. You have to control your breath.
I'll turn it around for you. There you go.
I don't need to look at my toes.
Yeah, so I can hold you.
I'm just holding them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
For you because you're holding the baby.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It was pretty intense with the breathing because it's the sensations that are going up through your whole body. So when I sat down and she applied the medicine, I saw the spirit of the frog appear to me in my mind's eye. I saw the outline of the frog's face. He just it just appeared to me like the spirit of the frog. It was really interesting. And then I sat down, you know, I felt the medicine immediately working on me. It felt like heat was just in my head, on my neck. But it didn't feel bad. It actually felt warm and pleasing.
Interesting.
Like, I don't mind being hot at all. I've never mind sweating and anything, so it didn't bother me at all.
And babe, by the way, you are very hot.
Thank you, so are you. Thanks.
I don't mind being hot. That's right. Because you are hot.
My heart was racing. It just felt like I ran up a flight of stairs. It wasn't that intense for me. I breathed through it, and then as I took my breaths, I immediately had to throw up. And the throw up, it wasn't like bleh, bleh, bleh. It was just like water, like just coming out like a waterfall. Just constant water. It wasn't like all this food and nasty shit and all this. Nah, it wasn't like that. It was just throwing up water. So it wasn't bad. It was just, you have to release it. The taste was horrible. But after 15 minutes of that, I had to lay down. It was just different sensations of energy rushing through me. And a half hour later, I was good.
That's right.
I was good. It wasn't, I didn't have to, I didn't shit on myself or anything like that. Like, it was just throw up. And people saw my skin turning red.
Yeah.
But now I've been hitting the gym every day. I have my energy is right. He already spoke about the dancing. The dancing is just like crazy. Fearlessness. I just feel like my old self again.
Yes.
I feel like my old self again.
Yes. But you know what's interesting, babe, is especially the thing of fearlessness. I got that sense too. Like when I feel fearlessness, it just came a way of saying like the clearer picture is on this level of saying like it gives you a sense of empowerment. You know what I mean? Real talk. You come out to a place of like, okay, recognizing the real you. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful experience. If there's anything else I can think about on that level with the Kambo, with myself personally, like Miss Yo-Yo said, like you feel a heat come up your body. So it's coming from like, for me, it came kind of like near my heart area, coming up my neck, going up to my head. And I'm feeling like this heat. And then it was like a ringing sensation, big vibration in my ears. And then I felt like I had to throw up, you know what I mean? Which I did, and which I purged. And that was the first time. And then, you know, this other time doing it again, you know, it was just it wasn't as much heat for me. Doing it again, I didn't hear as much of the vibration in my ears, but you know, beautiful. But I'm gonna cut this film. You know, I've been here just building with the people. I really wanted to bring this information out about the Kambo for folk out there that might not know. And again, I looked up. There is an organization. It's the International Association. I believe for Kambo practitioners or something like that. You can look them up, and I guess they literally certify people to become Kambo practitioners, so you can learn how to properly administer give out this medicine. And usually, sometimes the practitioner, normally they usually give you a small dot. You know, a small thing of medicine first to see how your body adjusts to it. Sometimes a person can read your auric field and stuff and kind of know off the top energetically of how much you might need. But they add on more and more each time so you could do more deeper purging with yourself. And again, it's going to bring back the real you. It's going to come back to a place of learning how to let go, learning how to empower yourself, having more energy, letting the inner child come out to you. All these things, all this beautiful healing. So I definitely wanted to do this video just to talk about the Kambo, kind of share a little bit about my experience. and also having my wife share and her father share as well. I'm so happy about her dad. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know, yo.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
He deserves so much credit. Oh my God, because he almost didn't make it.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he had to he was fighting with his conscience. You know what I'm saying? Because something tried to pull him away.
Yep.
And then
they put it on this side so you can see.
He came back and he was like, you know what? I really need this, and I'm just really proud of my dad. Like, I don't know. It's been such a healing journey this year with me and him.
Yeah.
It's just been a blessing. Nothing but blessings.
Nothing
but blessings.
Yeah, babe. I mean, the thing about your pops when he was there, I was egging him on, you know. I'm a jokester. Those who don't know me, my personality, or know about me,
and
you know, I have a double Pisces. A double Pisces.
You have to learn too.
In my birth chart and stuff, and you know, there's a part of me that always was connected to the jokester, to the coyote energy, to the trickster energy, to Ishu, all that, you know, Sebek, all that. And I always been like that since I was a youth. Always wanted to make people laugh and joke and stuff. And because I try to see humor in life as well. But, you know, the thing that's interesting is that during the ceremony, I was with Pops, and I was like, they was taking the hoppy, and I was like, yo, Pops, take some of that hoppy, man. That Rapeh is gonna, you know what I mean, put you in that zone, man, and clear your sinuses out and all that. And he's like, yo, I'm not taking that stuff. And he's like, I was like, come on, Pops, you can do it. He's like, yo. He's like, don't make me walk out of here. You know what I mean? He's like, the projects is right across the street. You know, I could get out of here. You know what I mean? He's like, don't make me walk out. I was like, yo, Pops, all right. I did like 5 minutes would go by, because, you know, that ayahuasca was kicking in. I was in that zone, and I was like, yo, Pops. I was like, come on, you can take some of that Rapeh. And he's like, I told you, I ain't taking that shit. You know what I mean? Yo.
He was looking at the other people like, no, I ain't taking that shit.
Yo, that shit had me rolling.
I ain't taking that shit.
Yo, man, that had me laughing. It was such a beautiful time. You know what I mean? And, you know, the first round of ayahuasca for him, he's like, what is this? You know, and then the next time he took it, he's like, this is hurting my stomach. You know what I mean? He's like, what is this? You know what I mean? Again, hurting his stomach. What happened to his stomach? He was working on its stomach. Remember, he said he don't got the stomach pains and none of that. That's so deep, yo. That is so deep, yo. Wow. And I remember at one point when I was laying on the floor with Pops, we was in that zone, in that spirit world. So it was beautiful. It was so beautiful, and I appreciate it so much, the experience. For those out there, I make these videos so people can educate themselves, look these things up, and also know that people of color, Moors, indigenous people, we're doing this work as well. That this is not just a so-called hippie, trippy, new age thing. This is ancient.
Wait a minute, are you talking about the
this yes, the Kambo.
Right.
This, hold on one second. This is the ancient medicine this is the ancient medicine that's been around for years. And it's for us, and Kambo is legal, by the way. So again, I gave you the resource for you to look it up, and you could be a Kambo practitioner if you want yourself. You know what I mean? You can go, it's called, I think it's, again, I'll try to see the resource is the International Association for Kambo Practitioners. So look that up. I forgot what state it's in, but you can actually go get certified, learn how to be able to apply the medicine on the people correctly, and be able to also put it on various parts of your body and stuff where you need to put it on correctly. They tell you how much people need, how much water they need to take. So you got to drink a lot of water before you take it, at least 2 liters of water. And so you won't be dry heaving when you do that detox, when you do that purge. So I hope this was educational. I hope y'all gave y'all some resources to look up. I hope you watch it. Kids, man, I tell you. But we're gonna cut it off here. And thank you again for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks for being able to check this out. And peace and love to you. All right.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that.
Why?